Hello YouTube, it is your boy B3 back with another kicking action figure review. Today I have one I just had to pick up. It's from my favorite Power Ranger season. It is the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Dino Thunder White Ranger from Hasbro. This was the first Dino Thunder Ranger released in the Lightning Collection. At the time of recording this, red is also out. And I hear blue is probably coming soon. But yeah, so this is my favorite season of Power Rangers, so I was happy to get it. This is a Walgreens exclusive. I'm actually, so you might, after the few figures I have left, you might go a little while without figure reviews because my bank account got compromised and I lost like a lot of money, so I won't be getting figures as much after these next few reviews. But I will still be trying to get the exclusive Lightning Collection figures, and I'll kind of be passing on the regular waves and stuff for a little while, just until I can get some things situated. But yeah, here's Dino Thunder White in package. I always love the art on these things. There he is. More art on this side. There's a product shot on the back with some legal stuff on the bottom. Art continuing on that. Legal stuff. That's it. So let's come out of package. And here he is out of package, the Power Rangers Dino Thunder White Ranger. And now he's gone, because we're going to talk about accessories. Oh, actually first, we have these two kind of regular holding hands that basically all the Rangers have. That's that. So it comes with two more hands, as you can see here. Comes with this kind of hand. I'm not entirely sure what this hand is for. And then this kind of more open hand. Pretty cool. He comes with his Trent head. I think his name was Trent. Unmasked Trent head. It's okay. Then you have his blade. This is the extended version. Now, the Legacy Collection Bandai one came with it shortened. So it's nice that they made this one extended. Makes it feel a little different from the Legacy. And then he also comes with this energy effect. And this is an energy effect just for him. It's not a generic one that can be used for multiple Rangers. This is one that's really just for him. Because he has this move where he like and makes all these laser arrows appear, and then they shoot at people. And it fits on totally fine, so he's like sweeps it across and it creates all the arrows. That's a really good effect. I think it was more yellow in the show, maybe, but I actually really like the orange because I think orange is an underrated color, and I think it should be used more often. It's very cool. So let's buckle that off. And then we're going to talk about detail and paint, and of course the first thing we have to talk about is the head. Yes, it's not finished. It's not finished painting. There's all this black outline and stuff that's supposed to be around the visor. It's just straight up not there. You can see it on the art on the packaging. You can even see it on the featured image of the prototype figure. Right there. But it's not on here. Luckily, fan complaining made Hasbro realize they screwed up, and I hear you can actually get a replacement head from Hasbro that's fully painted. I actually just messaged D-Amazing because I don't know how to get it. So I messaged the Amazing to see if he can tell me, and I haven't checked my phone since I messaged him. He might have messaged me back, he might not have, we'll see. Definitely check out his YouTube channel, though. He does the best ACBA out of anybody, like, honest to God. And he does a lot of imported figure reviews. Most of my reviews are for domestic figures, because I can't always afford a lot of imports, but he does a lot of imports, so check him out. But, other than the mask, I think the paint's okay. You know, it's black where it needs to be black. It's gold where it needs to be gold for the most part. Mine has, like, all these black smudges on the arm. And, like, parts of the white are just dirty. Like, I don't think... You can't really see it on camera with the lighting and stuff. There's, like, a bunch of just dirt. Like, brown dirt right here on this leg. And, there's some spots on the black where it's, like, scuffed so you can see through white. So... the paint job is good, but the quality of my specific figure is all beat up. I did notice that when I picked them up at Walgreens, but this was the only one they had. Yeah. And I'm already picking him up late anyways, so I just like, you know what, let's get him. Oh, also, I meant to show this. That fits in there totally fine. Yeah. Okay. And this is, it's kind of wobbly. It's supposed to peg into the back, but it doesn't really stay in the peg, and so it kind of wobbles around. You could glue it in there. I don't think it would hurt the value of the figure any. So articulation-wise, we got side to side on the head, up and down on the head. This does not hinder it at all, so that's pretty good. You got that torso movement, and then, of course, you get the waist crunch. I'm glad they're starting to bring that to Marvel Legends. It looks like they did it with the Spider-Man, so that's pretty cool. You got up and down, forward and back on the arm. You got the butterfly joint, which is one of my favorite joints on figures. I think all adult collectible figures should have butterfly joints these days. They're really great. Bicep swivel, double elbow bend. You got a rotation on the wrist and forward and back on the wrist of the Ranger here. You have in and out on the leg, forward on the leg. It doesn't go back real well because of his buttocks. But there is a thigh swivel, a double knee bend, a boot swivel, up and down. Okay, this foot's really tough. Up and down on the feet. And of course, an ankle pivot, peg holes as well, if you need some extra support for some dynamic posing, but he stands pretty well on his own. He's, right after I said that, he almost fell over. Of course. Of jorts, absolutely of jorts. So now, let's get into some size comparisons, huh? First up, here is with some Toku characters from other franchises. Here on the left, we have the web shop exclusive SH Figure Arts Kamen Rider Amazon Sigma. So if you want to compare him with some of your old SH Figure Arts Super Sentai or Power Ranger stuff, that's about how he'll scale with it. He's a little bigger, but with some forced perspective, you can really make it work. Then on the right, we have the Sofubi Spirits Ultraman Victory. I mean, it's cool. They would look cool together in a display, but once again, Ultramen are gigantic. Most of them can shrink, though. You don't see them do it a lot, but they actually can shrink to human size if they need to. We just never see it happen. So yeah, that's that. Here he is with some figures from his own line, male and female, to see him with both sculpts. And I just made sure they were from other dinosaur teams as well, in case you want to do your Beast Morphers Big Dinosaur crossover. I'm actually recording this the day that crossover ends. Yeah. Believe it or not. So here on the left we have the Target exclusive Dino Charge Black Ranger, and on the right the Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger. Pretty cool. You know, I think he looks great with his own line, and that's really all that matters. When it comes to size comparisons, as long as it compares with its own line well, that's all that matters. And speaking of Beast Morphers, that's the current line for kids, so we're going to show it as well. Here he is next to Drillroido, aka Drilltron, here on the left. And on the right, Go Busters Blue, a.k.a. Beast Morphers Blue. And, you know, I think he actually looks fine with this line, you know? I think if you want to do that big crossover, you could just do it with the Lightning Collection, and that'd be great. And for our last size comparison of the day, here he is with some larger figures. Here on the left, we have the GameStop exclusive Bandai Legacy Armored Red Ranger, who is too big. And here on the right, the Sentai Hero Series Zuyo Whale, who will probably never get adapted into Power Rangers at this point, but there he is. And, yeah, you know, he's too small for them, but if you have the Legacy Dino Thunder White Ranger like I do, it'll go fine with these two figures, so it all works out. There's still a White Dino Thunder in that scale. So what are my final thoughts on the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection Dino Thunder White Ranger? He's pretty cool. I mean, I really like that they kind of went the extra mile with his energy effect. They could have just given him a generic one that they could use 1,000 times, but no, they sculpted his own with him, which was nice. I don't know if it's intentional, but they gave us a different version of his weapon. They gave it to us in a different mode than they did back in the Legacy line, and I do kind of appreciate that. I'm sure most people probably wouldn't even notice that, but I appreciate it. The only real problems are, mine's kind of weird in the paint department, and I guess everybody's is, because the head isn't fully painted. It's so sickening to me that the head's not fully painted. But once again, you can get replacement heads. You know, I would tell you how to do that if I could, if I knew. But I am going to get a replacement head. And if you want me to make a video once I do, telling you how to get it, then I will happily do that. So let me know that in the comments section below. But yeah, he's a pretty cool figure. Is he as good as most of my Lightning Collection figures? No, but really only because of that head fiasco. That's the reason. Because I feel like these exclusives, they usually actually do a little better on than the ones in the waves. But yeah, he's really cool. I wish they would have finished painting him. That's all I can say. So that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.